What's going on? I'm just hanging out. Today is actually shoulders. I wasn't going to record today, but I felt like it was something I should do. I was just going to kind of chill, but now blood's rushing to my head, and I'm starting to lose my eyesight, so I should probably get up. All right. Sorry about the intro. It was kind of stupid, but I thought it was funny. Anyways, today, we're going to be hitting shoulders. It should be, a pretty chill, low-key day. I mean, we're still going to try to go heavy and go hard, but it's not going to be anything too wild, It's going to be pretty chill. It's been a pretty chill day. Honestly, I slept in because I worked late, and then I went to work 12 to 9, and I got some food, and now I'm here. And then, honestly, it's not going to be anything too crazy today. I didn't really do much, so honestly, I warmed up for probably like 20, 30 minutes and listened to music for probably another 30 minutes. So I've been here for a while, but there's nobody here. And it's kind of nice, It snowed this morning. I don't know what that was about, but it took me just out of nowhere because it was 60 yesterday. It was 60 degrees, and whenever I got up this morning, I was late to work because I went outside and I didn't know it snowed. I didn't look out any of my windows. I had the blinds down. I woke up, I got ready, I chilled, and then I went outside, and my car was piled with snow. Like, we got so much, and it's like that slushy stuff, so it was just stupid. But yeah, honestly, a pretty low-key day. I didn't do anything crazy, nothing fun really. But we're at the gym now, and that's fun. And so we're going to hit shoulders. We're going to start off with some shrugs this time. Last week we ended with shrugs, but this time we're going to start with it, which I think is actually a smart decision for me because I need to do more shrugs, but a different variant this time. And then we're going to go into probably some lat raises, some pushing exercises for those front delts, and some pulling for those rear delts. And it should be a pretty easy day. I don't really got much else to talk about, so let's get into it. To start off, we're going to be doing, like I said, a different variant. Last week we did, the other things. We've done dumbbell shrugs before. You can do them in so many different ways, but I think we're going to try this. I did a couple warm-up sets to begin with, just get everything, warm, ready to move. And then I tried this, and this is actually pretty heavy. This is 75 on each side. I can't really do math that great, but I'm going to go with 175. Nope, 185. Nope, I don't know. Anyways, let's just, go into it. It's going to be, pretty similar to everything else. So, yep, just to kind of target that area. Slow, get them warm. I kind of lost the warmth because I was chilling, listening to music for too long. But honestly, feels pretty good. Feels like any other type of shrug, to be honest. I think this one just puts a little bit more stress on the hands because all that weight is just. But you can do a surprising amount of weight. I'm actually going to up this because I got a bit too many reps. But let's go into the next set. Up the weight a bit. I did the math. This is 245. If we take off 50, the last one was 195. Math. I dropped out of college for a reason. That's a different reason. But Huh. It is really weird doing this. I mean, it still feels pretty similar to like dumbbells, but it is kind of a different feeling. It's kind of awkward, but I figured I'd switch it up this week. I think we're gonna do 2 more sets of this though. Um, I think we're gonna keep this weight though, and yeah, after this we're gonna go into a little bit of lat raises, and then probably some overhead press. Let's go. Feels a little bit better. Honestly, I felt like I could have done a couple more. That's why I kind of bumped up and paused. Um, but I was just losing my grip. And that's why these are kind of weird. Use straps. I don't like to. I like relying on my grip. Plus, if I can do heavier weight for longer periods of time, I know I'm getting better with my grip. Plus, I rock climb, so it's kind of one of those. It's an ego thing. But one more set of this. I think I'm gonna drop the weight, get some real good, as far as I can go. Shoulder mobility could be improved, but do a little bit more. We'll be right back. I feel like it looks really weird on camera, but I swear I'm getting up here. I don't know. But overall, didn't feel bad as far as a warm-up exercise. I think once I do my lat raises, it's gonna kind of work on that a little bit more. But honestly, not terrible. So I'm happy with it. Let's move on. This is probably the perfect day to do this. We're gonna do, 2 sets, kind of slightly heavier weight, still kind of a warm up kind of weight. Like heavy to the point where it's not like full prime working set. But we're gonna do 2 of those, still like heavy / light, and then we're gonna do what's called running the bench or something. I forget what it's actually called, but we're gonna have 4 sets of different weighted dumbbells, and what we're gonna do after we do those first 2 sets, we're gonna take a break, grab these, and just run it all the way down the bench from heaviest to lightest, as many reps as we can get. But to start with, I think we're gonna start about right here. Nothing too crazy. Kind of just. And we are gonna do more upright. I'm not quite sure how many reps that was. We're gonna up the weight slightly, but as a starting set, felt pretty good. Oof. I cannot lie. I've done this
a while ago. I used to actually do this quite a bit for lats. Not lats, what am I saying? For lat raises. It's just kind of a fun, different way to actually work at the shoulder part that it works. You know, this upper part thingy. I don't know what it's called. But anyways, it's kind of like 3-4 drop sets, but as many as we can. Okay. And I'm counting it as kind of good reps. Even they're probably not all that good. I'm not gonna lie, this sucks so much. Holy crap, I haven't done this in a while. I'm so tired. I did not think I would be this tired this far through it. Holy crap. And then just kind of, it's weird to say, but 4 straps with no weight. And then you'll really feel all of it hitting. Oh, and it's that side delt. I mean, a little up here, but mainly that's side delt. But honestly, I'm pumped now. I took like 30 seconds in between each set. Not these, but the 25s and the 30s. And then took like 30 seconds. Went straight into this. So I think timing-wise, that was perfect. And that was a lot of reps. I mean, not as many as I thought I would get, which is actually kind of crazy because this is burning. And this is actually a little heavier than I usually do, or than I used to do. But overall, definitely recommend. Get a few, warm-up sets, go straight into this, and then that side delt is going to be burning. But let's go. I slightly lowered the weight. It just because I feel like that was kind of a heavy first set. I mean, probably could try it again, but I want to get some, decent form, decent reps going. But Ooh, I feel personally that was a good set. Before we lose this, let's go move on to the machine, and we'll be done with front delts for the most part. Now, this machine's a little awkward, but when you pair it with that, it's actually super nice. I've been kind of experimenting with shoulders and stuff, so it's pretty, it's pretty decent, honestly. Get a little bit wider grip. The hard part is trying to find the balance of where to push things up and where to sit. And again, it's that isolateral movement, so it does work, each side pretty equally, and kind of in different ways, and it kind of helps strengthen them, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of growth with isolateral movements, which I like, so that's kind of why I'm more inclined towards them. But anyways, one more set of this, speed through it, and then I actually think we're gonna do one more thing. It's kind of one of my favorites, but just for that front delt, it just rips that like front part out. It's crazy, but it's just those push downs. But let's get into it. Slightly up the weight. Want to get a little less reps on this one. A little higher weight, a little less reps. A bit less reps, but honestly getting cooked. Let's go move on. We're actually gonna do the tricep push down press seated machine kind of thing, but in a different way that kind of forces this shoulder movement more than the triceps. Let's get into it. Now, not everyone might have this. I know there's a bunch of different variants of it, but you kind of have something similar, and you kind of work them like this. This is just a kind of really good finish for your shoulders, your front delt. If you've been watching for a while, you know I like this, but I say a while, it's been like 30 days, but you know what I mean. I don't care what anyone says. Cooked. Next set. Final set of this. Not just for front delts, but for any of shoulders. If anyone is watching this and has, any favorite shoulder exercises, movements, anything like that, feel free to share. I love experimenting with all my lifts, even the people that are negative. I take that criticism, I try to fix it, especially if they're talking about something legit and they know what they're saying. Some people just babble, but anything. I like experimenting with new lifts. I think it's fun. That's why my content is like it is. That's why I don't stick with the same lift for 4 weeks or 3 months or anything like that. I change it up every week, and some stuff stays the same, but I love it. final thing. This felt great. Final thing, let's go to some rear delts. I think we're gonna start with rear flies, rear delt flies, and then some new version of face pulls because I haven't done face pulls in a while. So let's get into it. All right. Second class exercise, but last muscle group. It's gonna be rear delts. We're gonna do 3 sets of these, 3 sets of those face pulls, and then we're gonna call it for shoulders. But let's see. Let's test this bad boy out. Anyways, besides working out, J. Cole responding to Kendrick was crazy. I thought J. Cole's was kind of fire. I've been a J. Cole fan for a while though, but honestly, they're both in my top 3. Can't pick one over the other. My top is JID, but sorry guys. JID, and then Cole and Kendrick tied for 3rd, and that's how it's been for a few years now. I love both of them. It's sad because I wanted them to drop an album for a while, especially together. That would be one of the greatest, if not the greatest album of our generation. It felt good though. But honestly, I'm sad that Kendrick had to add J. Cole in there, but it's kind of sick. They're both just amazing artists, but I think I'm slightly on J. Cole's side. I don't want to say one is better than the other. I just listen to more J. Cole, but of course I've listened to every Kendrick album. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. And I'm not going to pick and choose and say who's going to win or who's going to drop the better diss track. Because if I was in the running, it would be me. I will say though, if he called Good Kid Mad City trash, that's wild. I'm gonna drop the weight slightly for the next one, but let's get into it. I've kind of put my palms, my thumbs on these to help push, because if I'm doing this, sometimes it just feels so weird. Everything's cooked. Let's go to face pulls. This is really going to be the killer for the rear delts. Ow. But that'd be a final exercise. So let's go. So it's kind of a weird thing. I got long arms, so I actually have to put a plate down there to stop the bench from moving because it's on wheels. But anyways, just a different variant. This is just going to support our chest, and then we're going to be able to get kind of a full different motion. Oh, I started losing power, so I just had to bust those out. But let's do 2 more. Let's get out of here. Let's get into it. We're gonna up the weight one more time. Do one more set. Go for like 8 to 10 max reps. Let's do it. It's so weird because of the length it feels good, but I think I'm gonna stick to my way, which is really rigged and just stepping on it, just pulling as hard as possible. But overall, not a bad shoulder day. I kind of liked everything I did. We're gonna call it there though. Let's go check out the pump. Okay, I think we're done. Actually, I know we're done. I'm feeling super tired, super sore, not sore, but pumped, and honestly, pretty good. I'm gonna give today's pump, let's go with the 8.7. I think 8.7. Pretty good day. But let's get right into what everyone skips to. It's okay, me too. So let's zoom in here. You can kind of see the striations. Oh, that's sick. But it's pretty cool. That's pretty sick, man. Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy what a different kind of lighting could do too. Man, this front delts are popping. Same with the side and the back, shoulders. But I don't really know what else to. Oh yeah, even like that, those are just so sick. And let's do it a little bit this way. Not gonna be the craziest flexing session I've ever gotten, but should be pretty good. I think. I had to do that. I think. That is where we're gonna call it, man. That's freaking crazy. It's just nuts. Oh wait, yeah, one more. What I like about this, you can really see that front delt kind of. I mean, you can see the side and the front of this one just rippling, but this one really just tears in two giant pieces. It's just so cool to me. Whew. But awesome. That's that's so sick, in my opinion. All right, that's it out. All right, guys. I think honestly it looked so sick, and overall, yeah, I think like 8.7, maybe even 8.8. But working on the boulder shoulders, And I keep saying but got really nothing else for you. I'm gonna go eat. Grocery video coming out soon. That's just gonna be completely dedicated to me talking to you guys for like 30 minutes at the grocery store. Hopefully. I'm not a good public speaker, as you could probably tell on here. But I'm getting more used to it. It's just going out in public is gonna suck because I never do that. And here, like even especially today, it's super empty. I mean, there's no one in the gym right now. But overall, pretty good lifting day. Honestly, highlighted my day probably. It was chill. You know, I spent way too long here, probably around 2.5, 3 hours. And that's just because I chilled, listened to music, and then finally started working out. But let's go home and let's go to bed and eat. Definitely eat. Eat.